morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is February 1st, 2017. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. American President Donald Trump will not be heading to Milwaukee tomorrow as scheduled to visit the Harley-Davidson motorcycle plant. Apparently, Harley-Davidson decided that it was not comfortable hosting him due to planned protests. Mr. Trump has been in office less than 2 weeks. Trump had been scheduled to tour the factory tomorrow, where he also planned to sign executive orders related to American manufacturing. The visit had not been publicly announced, but White House staff people were already on the ground in Milwaukee setting up Trump's planned visit to the factory. Large protests have been in the works in recent days in Wisconsin, particularly in light of Trump's executive order issuing an immigration ban. British Prime Minister Theresa May has confirmed that her government's detailed plan for leaving the European Union will be published tomorrow on Thursday. The so-called white paper will for the first time lay out the government's plan to withdraw from the bloc, including addressing the question of the status of EU nationals living in Britain. Lawmakers in Parliament are due to vote later today on a separate bill to trigger negotiations on the UK's withdrawal from the EU following 2 days of debate. That will approve the notification of a withdrawal bill, sending it to the next stage of the parliamentary process where the action is really set to finally begin. That's when the real battle is going to occur, according to observers. It's going to see the return of the bill to the House of Commons for detailed scrutiny in the committee stages. Opposition parties wish to attach a series of amendments which would soften the so-called hard Brexit proposed by Theresa May. The insurer and reinsured Chubb's annual profit has topped $4 billion for 2016. Evan Greenberg, the chairman and CEO of Chubb, attributed the results to strong underwriting and said he expected stronger growth ahead. Chubb was formerly known as Ace before Ace acquired Chubb in 2015 and adopted the Chubb name. Chubb's net income for the fourth quarter was about $1.6 billion compared with $680 million for the same period last year. Operating income was $1.28 billion, or $2.72 a share, comfortably exceeding analyst estimates of $2.42 per share. The combined P&C ratio was under 88%. According to a top advisor to President Trump, the United States is going to switch course on climate change and pull out of the global Paris Pact to cut emissions. This is according to Myron E. Bell, who headed Trump's Environmental Protection Agency transition team during the inauguration. Trump is a climate skeptic who campaigned on a pledge to boost the U.S. oil and gas drilling as well as coal mining industries by reducing regulation. He alarmed countries that backed the 2015 Paris Agreement to cut greenhouse gases by pledging to pull the U.S. out of the deal, which has already been agreed to by nearly 200 countries. However, during the transition, Trump told the New York Times that he had an open mind on the agreement. Well, apparently his mind has closed. According to E. Bell, the U.S. will clearly change its course on climate policy. Trump has made it clear that he will withdraw from the Paris Agreement. 2 former railway executives in Italy have been convicted in the 2009 derailment of a freight train loaded with gas that set off an explosion that killed 32 people in the town of Viareggio. A judge in Tuscany yesterday convicted former Italian State Railway CEO Mauro Moretti and the former chairman of the railway subsidiary, Michele Elia. Moretti, who was convicted for his role, was sentenced yesterday to 7 years in prison, and Elliott received 7 years and 6 months. Many of the victims' families packed the courtroom and applauded when the guilty verdicts were read. There's another Chinese billionaire missing in Hong Kong. This one is Zhao Jinhua. He was last seen at a luxury Hong Kong hotel, the Four Seasons, a week ago. It's raised fresh fears about Hong Kong's autonomy amid media reports that he may have been abducted by Chinese agents and brought to Beijing. A Hong Kong government spokesperson said that details on Zhao's case still need to be clarified, but the initial signs are worrying. Financial Times reported that Zhao, who runs Tomorrow Holdings, a financial group headquartered in Beijing, was abducted from the Four Seasons by Chinese security agents and taken to the mainland. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.